of Christ in you. This life is an indestructible life. It is called the power of an endless life. It is an everlasting life. When you have this life deposited in your spirit, you are the visa to embark on this first flight. Am I talking to somebody here? When this life is deposited in your spirit, you are qualified to embark on this first flight. Now watch this. I'm going to say something here tonight that will help us and damage the ignorance of some person and demystify some myths being peddled about by a section of the church. Now, the life of Christ in you is indestructible. Once you have the life, you are qualified for heaven. Now, please watch this. One of the things that can stop your flight, in Hebrews 12 verse 1, Bible said, lay aside every weight and anything that doeth so easily beset thee. So one thing that has the capacity to stop you from being caught up, somebody say weights. Shout weights. Now hear this. Sin may not take the life of Christ from you. Weights, which includes sin, includes habits, includes some struggles that we have, may not have the ability to take the life that you have. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have the life and live in sin, it can stop your flight. Are you hearing me? I know that those that say once saved, you are forever saved. Good and fine. Once you have the life, you have it with you. But if you have the life and continue in sin, when you carry weight, too much weight, even our literal airlines, there's an amount of weight you put on it, it will be grounded. It cannot fly. Am I talking to somebody here? So weight or sin may not take the life from you, but weight can stop your flight. And when it stops your flight, you will have to face the Antichrist and the days of tribulation. And you and I know to go through that process. At that junction, when you are compelled by the Antichrist to receive the mark, you voluntarily give up the life that you have. And that can lead a man to hell, even though you had the life. Am I talking to somebody here? So that you have the life and you think you have license to make heaven, does not give you license to live in sin. Otherwise it will stop your flight. Am I talking to somebody here? Hear me please. There are some vehicles that are more expensive than some private jets. But no matter how sophisticated a vehicle is, it cannot fly. Why? It does not have what the airplane has. There is something the airplane has to fly. There is something the elevator and those devices. So no matter how fine, how pushy, how sophisticated a car may look, no matter how fast it can run, it does not have what it takes to fly. So if you don't have this life in you, you can think that you are nice, you are moral, you do things right, you treat people right. If this life is not in you, you can't fly. Am I talking to somebody here? If this life is not in you, there are lots of folks, church folk, who are in church, but they are not in touch with the God of the church. So it is possible to be born into church and you assume that because you have lived amongst us, you have become one of us. It is costly to assume that a vehicle lives around an aircraft for a long time does not qualify to fly. It can be there for a long time. It does not qualify to fly. A chicken can live around eagle when it comes to the ground floor for a long time. It still does not qualify to fly. Why? It does not have the flying component on its inside. Am I talking to somebody here? So no matter who you think you are, if the life is not in you, you can't fly. And if you have the life and you think it gives you freedom and liberty to live a reckless life, to live in sin, it may not take the life from you, but it can stop your flight. And it is risky, it is dangerous not to make it with the first flight. And my prayer for everyone who is looking for that blessed hope is that you will not miss the first flight. Hey, I said you will not miss the first flight.